Horrified after reading about deadly terrorist attacks in Mumbai, you turn to 690 American, British, and Australian fellow passengers, grateful you are aboard a 6-star luxury cruise liner from Rome to Singapore. And then you come face to face with piracy. Yeah. The London-based International Maritime Organization, IMO, reports piracy and armed robbery against ships, including regional frequency analysis and patterns. Piracy is defined, quote, as illegal acts of violence or detention or any act of depredation which occurs, quote, outside the jurisdiction of any state. Armed robbery against ships is defined when such occurs, quote, within a state's jurisdiction. This year, as you've been following, pirates have attacked some 92 ships off Somalia's coast, to date about 36 successfully, with some 250 crew, 14 ships, and among other things, 36,000 metric tons of wheat, Soviet battle tanks, and 2 million barrels of crude oil being held for ransom. Most piracy occurs in 3 geographic areas. 1, the Gulf of Aden and the eastern coast of Somalia. 2nd, the coast of West Africa, particularly off Nigeria. And 3rd, the Indonesian archipelago, including the Malacca Straits. Pirates usually operate close to land. The hijacking of the Saudi oil tanker Sirius Star was unusual in part because pirates seized it 457 miles out on the high sea. As you know, a modern supertanker is a high-value, slow-moving duck. Supertanker volume increases as a function of the cube of its length. This is why supertankers are as long as a quarter of a mile, and why crew members use bicycles to get around. Many supertankers are so efficient they use a single propeller. It costs about $120 million to build a supertanker, yet given oil's high cost, as few as 4 trips from Saudi Arabia to North America can repay its building cost. And transport by supertanker adds reportedly only 2 to 3 cents per gallon. Sympathetic interviews with Somali pirates imply a Robin Hood factor. Economic distress justifies the poor taking from the rich. Some put it this way. ExxonMobil posted third quarter net profit of $14.8 billion, the highest quarterly profit of any U.S. company ever. Somalia, in contrast, has per capita gross domestic product of $600 a year, less than $2 a day. For whatever reason, Russia, India, Saudi Arabia, Iran, the United States, and other countries continue to tolerate the failed state of Somalia's harboring pirates communities and pirates collecting $20 to $30 million in recent ransoms. Pirate mythology infuses popular culture. It was interesting to see some 300 movies featuring pirates. I didn't watch them all, but I noticed that there were that many. Treasure Island, Peter Pan, Abbott and Costello meet Captain Kidd, Errol Flynn and Captain Blood. Today's most famous pirate may be Disney's Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp.
Keep your guns on him, men. Gillette, fetch some irons.
Well, well. Jack Sparrow, isn't it?
Captain Jack Sparrow, if you please, sir.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, as you know, has garnered an amazing worldwide box office of almost $2.7 billion. I show it because, though meant in fun, Captain Jack makes pirating appear good and traditional authority appear silly. Says the Saudi foreign minister, quote, "Piracy, like terrorism, is a disease which is against everybody, and everybody must address it together." Titled, Why don't we hang pirates anymore? A Wall Street Journal article provocatively states, quote, a society that erases the memory of how it overcame barbarism in the past inevitably loses sight of the meaning of civilization and the means of sustaining it. End of quote. I am not for willy-nilly hanging pirates, though the Book of Mormon repeatedly warns about robbers and thieves and reports the hanging of Gadianton robbers. In our day, it may be worth continuing to stress even economic distress does not entitle individuals to steal from others. Today's update. Comments or questions?
Thank you. Very interesting.